Hi guys, lovely Sunday afternoon, and I thought what better chance than to finally crack out my Kings of War Dwarf army and just give a quick showcase, little chat as we usually do on this channel, of the stuff I've got. Apologies about the lighting, it's nice out, it's still quite bright out, but the sun is going, so I've got my little modelling paint lamp on, so you kind of got a bit of a two-tone thing going on. It's kind of like a golden ore this side and then sort of like a grey ore that side, but yeah, that's what I'm working with, so I hope that's okay guys. See if I can make that a bit better maybe. There we go. Anyway, here we go. So this is my Kings of War Dwarf army. I've had these guys, all of them overall, for about a year now in total. Well, no, actually longer. No, longer, because it's actually myself and my friend Kenny that got the starter set. So some of these models, as you can probably tell, are actually from the starter set, which is the Undead with the Dwarfs. You got the rule book, got all the cool stuff. Really, really good. Good value box set. I think they might have redone the box set now. I'm not sure, but I think it's changed. But yeah, it's really cool. So we wanted to start something different. We've been playing Lord of the Rings. I've got Kenny playing Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, which you guys will know I'm quite a fan of. And we wanted to do something different together, and sort of saw this, saw how cheap the models were and how good they were for the price. And so I thought, yeah, we'll try it. So these guys have sort of been on and off on the back burner. I've not really prioritised them. I should have done, but just because of other projects I've had, they've sort of just fallen behind. But again, Kenny, he shout out for Kenny. He did a great job making some movement trays, as you can probably see. They look absolutely brilliant. Really chuffed with them. Finally got them based up and painted up yesterday. So I thought, what better time than to actually use them for a video for this afternoon. So yeah, without further ado, we'll crack on. So, of course, we have the Bullwalkers. Brilliant models. Really enjoyed painting them. Didn't enjoy assembling them. I'm sure old Dwarf Kings of War players out there, if they have these models, they will know the arms don't seem to fit. I don't know if you guys think the same as I do, but they just would not fit. The arms holding the spears like across their bodies, so like this guy here, that guy there. Not the ones just stood with the spears facing up, but actually the ones holding it with two hands. They don't fit the body, do they? I mean, I spent ages trying to sort of make it work. It just wouldn't work, and of course, as I'm pushing them on, the metal's getting thinner, it's getting weaker, it's starting to snap. I was like, oh man, really? So I ended up having to snap them in half, sort of remodel them, bend them, do all sorts to make them fit, but we got there. Let's just get that light a bit better. We got there in the end. They do look really cool. I love the shields. I love all the metal extras, you know, real good detail metal extras, and the shields are awesome. There's my little pattern for the Bullwalkers. You'll see each unit I've got some sort of pattern. The general fluff for this army I plan on having is like a background story of that. This is a little dwarf kingdom, it's a minor kingdom. They want to sort of flaunt their gold, what little they have, and they want to sort of make themselves seem more than what they are, because they're out for conquest. They want to do better, and their homeland is based right by the sea. So hence the blue theme. There's a lot of blue in this army. I like painting in blue. It's probably the best shade I can paint in, to be honest. Which was a good sway as to why I did it. But yeah, that's the storyline. I'm going to make, like, I don't know if you guys are the same, but I really like making fluff storylines for things, and same as my Dark Elder and a few other armies and stuff. I like making storylines up. It's just more fun, I think. But yeah, that's the Bullwalkers. That's what they look like. I hope you guys like them. Really chuffed with them. I really like them. Really cool. Loads of little extras in the details. It's really cool. Then we have the Ironclad. As I say, straight out of the box, the beginner set. And I've even got a cool little dog now. Unfortunately, the Mastiff, throwing Mastiff. Awesome rules. Just try and get that to focus a bit better. Is it going to focus? Really? Not quite. Let's see if I can get it to... There we go. A little bit better. But yeah, awesome rules of these things. I've been very successful a couple of times with these guys. Especially against the undead. Ouch. You get to re-roll the rolls you've not rolled. And because these things re-roll every time they get the 4+ anyway, or 3+, is it 4+, 3+, they can re-roll the rolls it didn't roll, if that makes sense. So you are literally endlessly re-rolling all the time, and it was just awesome. This guy nearly took out a whole unit of, was it zombies or ghouls in just one hit. It was just awesome. Then the next turn they were destroyed. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be investing on one of these guys in each unit. I have 2 more, obviously, to paint up. I'm going to have a cool little theme on each one of the bases for these. This one's going to have a base, a bigger base, and it's going to have like a little wooden stake, and I'm going to make some sort of chain material to make it look like the dwarfs have taken it with them, but they've got it chained up to make it wait till the last second to be launched. And I'm going to do the same with the other ones. There's going to be colour scheme for each one. This is sort of based on a Cocker Spaniel that I used to have. Benson, bless him. We're going to have one that's sort of like a Cavalier King Charles sort of look. Each one's going to have like a cool little theme, paint scheme to a dog that I used to know or own sort of thing, so that'd be cool. Yeah, so then we've got the ironclad. So as again, you can see like my little, well, if you want to call it like a custom sort of shield paint job. I'm going to need to tidy them up, but the general theme of it's basically the idea is there's two mountain peaks, 1, 2, and then that wave in the middle, that's like a sea sort of emblem in their culture, whatever you want to call it. And you can see just in their cloth, in their loincloth sort of tabards, whatever you want to call it, little white jagged points, and that's just to resemble like the mountain tops, because these are the ironclad, they're the bog standard troops, they're the guys that come from the mountains, you know, they're definitely most passionate about their homeland. So yes, the ironclad, good little unit, simple, standard, do well, you know, got some good special rules for the dwarves to use with stubborn and things, so really cool. Brock Riders, Berserker Brock Riders, what more can I say? Brilliant models, they rank up well, they're a pleasure to build, awesome to paint, really cool. If you guys haven't got them, get them, really good. They've done awesome stuff, and because they're so, with their nerve being so massively high, they just last and last and last. They had their sticky undo in the last game I had with a couple of friends, Kenny and Lint, was against Kenny's mega hardcore. There's 5 of them, but mega hardcore undead horse riders like knights or something, real heavy unit, and they did struggle against them, but they held off for a few turns, so they did well. But yeah, really cool. If only these guys had come at years ago, I'd have definitely bought some to have in my Warhammer Dwarf army. Just for fun, I'd have used them as something else, but just to have them on the army, just to look at, because they're just so cool. Really good models, really cool, with some brilliant special rules. They're fantastic. Got Ironwatch crossbows. Again, awesome, simple little models. I weren't over keen on the one set of sculpt of the Ironwatch, which is these guys. I mean, they're good models, obviously. You know, I won't knock it. You know, Kings of War, I think, do actually do some very good detailed stuff. You can't knock it. Obviously, people try to compare it against Warhammer, but you can't. You know, each gaming system is in its own right something different. You can't compare it. You know, you don't know what they have to use, what they have to work with for tools and things. But just as a hobbyist, looking at this, I weren't over keen on I just found the way the face sort of blends in a bit with the helmet and the beard and things there, so like the cloth and the arm stuff. It just was a bit too clunky, a bit too blocky. I think there's something that these dwarves suffer with a little bit, is they just look a bit too blocky, a bit too block-like, a bit too sort of square. But I know they're deliberately done it that because they're meant to be quite hunched over. I'm trying to think who said that. I remember reading on the blog. I think Alessio Cavatore, actually himself, maybe he even sort of said what it was. But the dwarfs are meant to be slightly hunched. But even so, maybe just a bit too blocky. But having said that, they are cool, and I do like what you can do with them, like what I've done here. So I've got rank and file. I've got a few. Pick them up, be easier. But you got one guy there. So I've got a cool little pose going on, and then other poses in the background stuff. Really cool. And on the back, just going for a simple line as their sort of motif as such for their unit markings. So yeah, really chuffed, they're cool. Good little models, do well in battle, you know. I'll plan on getting only troops of crossbows, so I'd like to get another 2 or 3. Well, tell I'm going to get 2 crossbows, 1 unit of riflemen, and then a unit of sharpshooters is the plan. I want this army to be quite shooty to an extent. And I want these guys to be an actual horde. I'd like to see a massive chunk of these guys, because I think they do awesome tying things up. And finally, got the shield breakers. Excuse me. And these guys have got a completely different colour. As you can see, they are blinging with the gold. They are very gold-like. And they've also got green cloaks. Now, I've done that deliberately. Oops, sorry guys. I've done that deliberately just because if they're going to be the best of the best as such, you know, I'm led to believe, and they're like the Royal Guard as such, I suppose, the shield breakers, they're a good unit, snazzy unit. I wanted to have them tying in so they looked a bit more lordish, a bit more sort of well chosen as such. And for that reason, so let's move the light again, guys. There you go, it's a bit better. That's why I went for the green. The green gives it like a royal robe look, I thought. On the back of the unit, that's their motif, simple 1 point, which is again to tie in with the mountains. The idea is there's, out of these range of mountains that they live in, there's one large mountain which obviously is where the Lord is going to be at. Is, you know, that's their main point. So that's why they just have the 1 point. Again, I plan on getting only about 40 a regiment, sorry, of these guys. So they've got a bit more nerve, a bit more killing power, but they're still limited number. That's just more for fluff theme reason. I may well hoard them out eventually, but again, they're good models, really cool. Maybe the same comments before with the Ironwatch crossbows. This type of model, Dwarf, here, they a bit too just very moulded is the only way I can describe it. They're not as detailed. Look, whereas this guy here, holding the hammer across his body, a bit more detail. You can do more to pose him, whereas that one is a bit more, you know, static. There's nothing you can do with it, but again, it's still cool. Still some really good detail. At the end of the day, it's how you paint them that makes them stand out. So you can't knock them. Then we have Spheri Eagleaxe. Is that how you pronounce him? Spheri Eagleaxe. Absolute joy to paint. I loved painting this model. Just trying to get him focus. Not too focusing, is he? Yeah, absolutely love painting this model. Really awesome. Really enjoyed it. He's an absolute beast to play with. He's got awesome attacks. Really cool. Absolutely love him. Brilliant. The detail is incredible. Absolutely incredible. You tie this guy up with the Brock Riders, whatever unit, couple of units you're fighting against, you know it's going to go badly for them. It's a shame it won't focus. But yeah, there he is in all his glory. Really chuffed with him. Awesome. And he's all metal, so he's a Hulk of a miniature to move around on. Got the king. My king, my king. My kingdom for a horse. Let's get this light moved over. There we go. Aha! We have luck. So here's the king. I've spent hours painting this guy, as you can probably tell. And of course, I have a ginger beard, as I always say. So the Lord and the King has to have a ginger beard, because gingers are awesome. So there you go. There's a shield decor. I've gone for a couple of gems in the shield. Gone for the blues. Really cool. Really nice gold. Nice highlights on the gold and stuff. And this miniature, again, joy to paint. He's just so cool. The detail's brilliant. Really chuffed with him. I love the bit of scenery base, and you know, the bit of broken dwarven masonry from a statue of some description. You know, really cool. Yeah, enjoy him. He's got some good rules as well. Good for your attacks, nerve. And then finally, this was a present from last year. Whoops. There's it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Hernias the Hunter. What a cool model. What an absolutely cool model. He's my absolute favourite of all the characters. Just look at him. Again, gingerbeard. Had to be done. But just look at him. Absolutely brilliaint. Just the crossbow, the axe on his back. I've added this, this is just a twig. Literally just a twig outside my front door, and I thought, I'll have that. Super glued it onto his base, and I just think it adds to the model. But it's just, yeah, he's an absolute brilliant model. So quick to paint. It didn't take me too long to paint him, actually. Only a few hours, 4 at the most, the absolute most, maybe 5, but I think 4. Again, got some really cool rules. Got a special crossbow. What was it? Skewer, something like that. You can upgrade a pack of Rangers with him, which is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to try and buy another set of Dwarfs, obviously, and mix up some mod spare bits from Warhammer Fantasy Dwarfs that I have, and just mix them all up and really give them a really cool theme when marching with this dude into battle. Be very cool. Yeah, and then finally, just bring this over. Whoops, is my 2 crews, organ gun and normal cannon crew. I've got another weapon that goes with the organ gun. It's a bombard. I'm still painting that up at the moment. For the moment, I just use the organ gun, but I made a little bit of scenic base. I made like a bit of a some styrofoam, got some styrofoam. Just made a bit like a stony sort of wall, ramshackle bit of wall, just a bit of fun for scenery and stuff. Come out really well. And it's got another iron belcher cannon there. My dice rolls are awful when it comes to these things, so I tend to favour the organ gun more. I'm thinking of having just organ guns, to be honest, just because I've got the worst luck with dice rolls. If they want a 5+, it's not going to happen for me. I need multiples to have even a slight chance. And the organ gun, of course, I think it's 15 dice. So that's, you know, you got a good chance, and it's devastating. It's just a shame of the short range, but when the cannon does work, I've seen the rules and stuff, and obviously how it works, and obviously it is devastating. So yeah, it will, you know, I'll mix and match it as it comes along. I think if it's a more serious type of game, if I'm ever playing, I'm going to rely on these. But more for fun, I'll still use the cannon. But wow, it's got dark really quickly. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is my my Kings of War Dwarf army. Do hope you enjoyed it. I'm not saying I'm going to be building a lot more. These guys are going to become a massive unit. A couple more shooties, they're going to get a little bit bigger, range of 40. And just generally bulk out the troops and add some more shooting units and things, and yeah, I think it's going to be quite cool. Obviously mix these guys up as and when as well in the games and stuff, a ranger unit. But yeah, this is it for the moment. I think I'll total this up, it comes to 1,330 points if I'm using all 3 of these, which obviously wouldn't happen unless my friends are very kind to me. If not, you're looking at probably about an average of about 1,050 points for gaming purposes. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. As always appreciate it. It's always fun to do these videos just for fun, enjoying the hobby. Thanks for your time for watching, and as always, leave any comments, any questions, like, share, subscribe, anything you want to do. I'm always up for a chat. I'm always up for some friendly banter and things. So many thanks. Take care, guys, and always rock and roll.